when it comes to what you need to do on every topic, on parenting, on your career, on how to make money, on what to eat, on where to travel, nobody, including yourself, will not have will fail to give as good of an advice as your AI, as your own personal AI. And when you have an intelligence that is above you and above any other human, then it makes absolutely no fucking sense for you to do anything other than what that AI tells you, as long as it's in line with your motivation, as long as you want to do it. So you should be asking AI for everything once we get there. And you need to practice now. What start you if guys, how many people here use AI? You should be using AI on a daily basis, because if you're not, then you're not practicing and you're falling behind. One thing you could do is you could make a Google Doc where you explain everything about yourself, and it doesn't have to be complete at the beginning. You could keep adding to it, so that when you ask AI, you basically dump all that information about yourself to that AI model, and then that AI basically knows everything about your life, including the smallest, maybe irrelevant details that you didn't think would be important. And then you ask it to give you advice on whatever you want to do. Like if you want to make more money, if you want to get closer to your, I don't know, boyfriend or to your wife, if you want to be a better parent, if you want to be a better dog owner or cat owner, if you want to remodel your house, if you want to do anything, there will be no human on this planet that could give you a better, not right now, but at some point, there's nobody on this planet. The entire human civilization together will not be able to give you better advice than one AI model. That is an abundance of intelligence and easy access to it. Think about it. Why are rich people so rich? Is it about what they know or who they know? Most rich people will tell you it's about mostly about who they know. It's about the people that know in their life that could tell them what to do. Now, every person will have that. Every person will have more than that. Like right now, the richest people, when they want to do things, they just call people, they just contact people, and they tell them to what they should do. They get advice. They have people who tell them what to do with regards to the diet. They got have people what to do with regards to the accounting, the structure of their company, their banking. They have people for that. They have people for that because they delegate. And now you're going to have that, and much better than that. And you know why it's going to be much better than that? Because a billionaire today, when they want to talk about their company structure, they talk to one person who is an expert at that. And when they want to talk to their about their diet, they talk to another expert. And when they want to talk about their, I don't know, parenting their kid or whatever, they talk to another, or to a psychologist or another expert. But they're missing out on the the combined expertise of all of these together, because the person that is giving you advice on your company structure, maybe if they knew something about your personal life and your relationship with your son, they would be, and if they also understood that psychologically, if they were an expert in psychology, they would give you a weird suggestion with your company structure that would somehow tie into that. And you don't know, because that person is not an expert in both of these things. So there are going to be patterns that are connected between these fields that are unimaginable to humans, because they're only expert in their own fields, and they could not see the relationship between these. That an AI that is an expert in all of them will be able to connect things together in a way that no human could ever. And they will give you advice that are unimaginable to other humans. So this is an abundance of intelligence that every human should be taking advantage of. And you should be taking advantage of it now. Because even if some AI today is not as good, and sometimes it gives you shitty advice, sometimes that shitty advice gives you an idea that is a good advice. So you could be like, hey, this is my situation, these are my skills, this is my resources, this is the job that I have, this is the time that I have during the day, here's my schedule, here's access to my emails, here's like all, look at all of this and tell me, like, I'm trying to increase my income, what should I do? Right now, the AI today will give you an advice, then you're like, "Meh, that doesn't sound good." But hey, it gives me an idea. It gives you a shitty idea today, but you might get something from it that it didn't even intend it. But eventually, you get to a point that it will give you the best fucking ideas. So you should practice today. So here's my 8th commandment: use AI. Use AI. Yeah. Muhammad Tariq is saying, Armin, my guy, I like you, but sounding crazy to me right now. Exactly, because you're not following the science. And there's a quote that says, um, technology, when it comes advanced enough, it becomes indistinguishable from magic. So, Muhammad, talk to me in 10 years and tell me if you think in 10 years if I sound crazy or not. And again, the point of these streams that I'm going to be doing on this channel is to show you the science that shows that none of this is crazy. And in fact, if anything, if you follow the science that I show you in the upcoming streams, you will say, like, Armin, you were underselling this to us. You were underestimating how fast all of this is going to happen. Some people think that I'm exaggerating. If anything, I'm doing the opposite. And I will show you that. Rasul is saying, starting today, I'm committing to exercise and healthy eating. I don't want to miss out on the future. Good. Guys, I'm not telling you to do anything that is harmful. Whether I'm right or wrong, there's only two, So here's the thing. Religious people, sometimes they say like, hey, just believe in God, because they do Pascal's wager. Let me tell you Pascal's wager, what the religious people do, and I'll tell you then Armin's wager instead of Pascal's wager. Okay, so Pascal's wager is, guys, either there is a God or there is no God. Okay, so it's better to believe in God just to be safe. And first of all, everything that they say is within an immaterial world that has never to be proven to be true. Everything I'm telling you is within the material world, and I have a lot of scientific evidence that all of this has happened, right? But their gamble doesn't make any sense, because there's a lot of cost associated with believing in things that are not real, and we are paying a huge price for it. And also, believing in God doesn't actually guarantee you their heaven, because they have so many different religions. Okay. However, Armin's wager, unlike Pascal's wager, doesn't have any cost associated with it, because for you to do what their God is telling you, you have to do a lot of costly things, especially a lot of evil things according to their scripture. But whether I'm either correct or I'm wrong. If I'm correct, you being careful about your health means that you're going to see Godhood. If I'm incorrect, if you do the things I tell you, you're just going to live a slightly longer life and a much better quality of life, because I'm telling you it's important to be healthy. That's what I'm telling you. So the cost associated with taking me seriously is zero. There is no cost. Jack is saying, you sound like a techno optimist. AI is not real general intelligence. Yeah, Jack, today, AI is not real general intelligence today. Okay, make sure that you add that at the end. Guys, it's only been 2 years. This is the amoeba phase of artificial intelligence. This is only the beginning. This is the worst AI will ever be.